Hey friends, welcome to the budget. It's time for our February 2019 budget update, where I'll go through everything that we spent in February, everything we saved, put toward our big financial goal, and what we earned in February. I'm Stephanie from sixfiguresunder.com, where I make our family's personal finances public. Ever since 2014, I've been transparently sharing our family's real numbers over on Six Figures Under to help inspire you and show you how to budget. At the time when we started sharing everything, we had 6 figures of student loan debt and we were making under $40,000 a year. A lot has changed since then, which I'll show you in just a minute. If you could use some frugal inspiration and financial motivation, I invite you to join our community by hitting that subscribe button. Okay, let's hop right into the budget. We use YNAB for our budget. That's You Need a Budget. We've used that since 2014 and love it. We're now using the online version. We used YNAB for a long time, but now we're in the online version. Let's see. Something you need to know is that we live on last month's income. So the money that we spent in February was money that we earned in January. So at the beginning of February, at the beginning of the month, we budget out all of our categories because we know exactly how much we have to work with. So that's this number right here. That's the money that we budgeted in February. So first, we always pay tithing. We pay 10% tithe. Fast offering, this is money that we give to the church that's given to help the poor in our area. Okay, our bills, these are all basically the same every month. Our mortgage, this is our mortgage principal, interest, PMI, taxes, all of that rolled into our mortgage payment of $3,200 a month. Probably if you live in the Midwest, that looks ridiculous to you. We just live in a regular house, but we're in California, so it's expensive. Our electricity, $302 for the month. This goes for us, and we also have an Airbnb on our property that we rent. So this is 2 households, though. Car insurance, we have USAA. This is for 2 cars, 2 older vehicles. Internet, $70 a month. Water, $45. This is we get a bill every other month and it's about $90. So we put $45 this month and that will just carry over to next month where we'll put another $45 and then we'll pay that bill. Our trash, this is half of our trash. It comes every other month. So the bill is $68.57 and we put half of that each month so that we can pay it. Our cell phones, well, this is just my cell phone. My husband pays for his with his business. We have Republic Wireless and love it. I'll leave a link in the description if you're looking for an affordable cell phone with data. This is a smartphone. I know it looks crazy that it's so cheap, but it's amazing. We have an UMA. It's not a landline. It's a VoIP, voice over IP phone. That's $450 a month. We get that so that my husband can work from home and have a landline kind of at home. Okay, our everyday expenses, these are, we set the budget for them each month, but it kind of varies. Okay, we had a no spend month in February, so that's why this is so crazy, ridiculously low. Usually we spend $400 a month for our family of 7, but in February for our no spend month, we put $100 towards food and we didn't even end up using all of it. So that's exciting. I have a whole video on what we learned and how everything went in our no spend month, and I'll link that up here, I think, in the description. Okay, gas looks a little bit outrageous. $5.23 on gas. Normally we budget $400. My husband commutes an hour each way 3 or 4 times a week. So our gas spending is usually high. This month it's extra high because we took a quick trip to Arizona. Quick as in like it took 14 hours in the car to get there and get back another 14 hours. But we went to my grandma's funeral and we didn't want to miss it. So we took an unexpected trip. Household spending, it's been, I don't know, $200, $300 a month lately, but we didn't want to spend any for our no spend month, but we ended up spending a little. I explained that all in the no spend month video, so I won't get into all that here. Okay, clothing, we didn't spend anything. That was a part of our no spend month. Animals, we spent $50 or $45 on chicken food, chicken feed, and cat food. Kids activities, we didn't spend anything for our no spend month. Allowances, usually this is $60 a month. There's this extra $9.87 because I paid for something for one of my kids and they paid me back in cash, and so it's anyway. Fun, entertainment, we didn't spend anything this month, so those were our big no spend month categories. So at the end of the month, I zero out these categories. So for example, food was $100 and we only spent 77, so there was, you know, 24 over here left over. Well, I send all that to our goal, which our mortgage extra payoff. So these categories I zero out at the end of the month. Our sinking funds, however, these are funds where we put money in each month and it just kind of collects here. These are categories where we don't spend from them every month, but when we do spend from them, it's usually it's often a big chunk of money. So we've got medical, dental. We put $400 a month toward this fund so that we can cover whatever expenses come up. Our insurance has changed this year, and so we have a lower deductible and higher potential out of pocket. So we want to save for that so that we have the money set aside in case we need it. Car repair, we both drive older vehicles, so there's, you know, repair and things like that that come up. This month we spent $20 on, oh, I think it was like a headlight and, you know, just a couple of little DIY repairs to the cars. So we still have $2,000 in that category. Christmas, we put $100 a month. We have $189. So then if I, you know, see a great Christmas present, I can go ahead and buy it from this category and then just save it until Christmas. Life insurance, this one we know exactly, well, kind of exactly how much we need to pay and when it's due. So if we pay this amount every month, then when it's due in November, we will have all the money we need right here for it. It's so nice to have all that money set aside when these big, you know, annual bills come due. Birthday and gifts, this is, you know, for our kids' birthdays, or if we're going to a baby shower or the kids are going to a birthday party, that's what this money's for. So we didn't spend any this month or in February, but we put $40 into that fund. Smog and car registration, same thing, $40 a month. Then when our registration is due or we have to get the car smogged, then the money's all here and available. We have a fund for home projects, you know, repairs or updates or anything exciting like that for the house. So there's $700 sitting there, but we're not actively adding to this category. The family fund is mostly it's money that we earn from Ohm Connect for saving electricity. So our kids are kind of in charge of this category. So they get really excited when we have Ohm hours, you know, a couple times a week, especially more in the summer, where we turn off everything for an hour, not everything, but, you know, reduce our electricity for that hour, and then we earn real money. It's a great way to earn some extra cash. If you're in California, you should definitely sign up for it. I think they have it in Texas too. I'll put a link in my description and maybe link up here to a video where I talk about it. Okay, vacation, we are not planning to do any big vacations. We're not adding to this because we have our big goal that we're working on, but we did have to spend some on our trip. So that this was getting a motel. We drove half the way, got a motel, and then drove the rest of the way on our way down. On the way back, we drove the whole way. But that's what that is. And then down to the exciting part is our big goal that we're working toward. So during February, this is how much money we had to put toward our big goal. We made a big payment of $2,500, and then there's still this $78 that we just that one's just going to roll over to March. Normally we like to take every last bit and put it toward the mortgage, but as you'll see when I show you my income, our income, March is going to be tighter, so we're just going to save this over for March. Okay, let's see. 529s, we contribute $25 per kid per month into their 529s. It's not a lot, but it's something. My IRA, we put $500 a month. If we put $500 a month, that will max it out at the end of the year. We don't put anything for my husband's IRA because he has a pension at work, and so he doesn't get the tax benefits of the IRA the same like I do. Tax planning, $90 a month. It's proven to be worth it for us to have some tax help with all of our businesses and everything. Let's see, the rest of this isn't really interesting. Let's see. Okay, now income. So in February, the income we earned in February will go to our March budget. Let's see. So this was my husband's check, what he brought home from his state job. This is what we tithe on. We add some things back in, like what we pay out for health insurance and what he pays out for parking and other things we add back into his income before we calculate our tithing. So that's what this other number is for. My blogging income has not been this low for like 5 or 6 years, but we had some huge expenses this month. Several subscriptions, some annual subscriptions for blogging tools were due, and so that was a big chunk of money. Plus, my husband and I are both going to go to FinCon in September, and so we had to pay for our tickets for that and a deposit on the hotel. And anyway, the expenses, we had a lower income month and we had a huge expense month for blogs, so that's why that income's really low. For Airbnb, our income was super low because we had someone staying long term and like for 3 months, and so when that happens, you get paid at the beginning of their stay for each month. So the beginning of the month for the first month of their stay, the beginning of the second month for their second month, beginning of the third month. So we had someone in our rental all February, but they paid at the beginning of, or they paid it in January because they're, anyway, the way the month started. So, and then we had someone stay at the very end of February. So all of our Airbnb income from February actually came in January. So that was a long explanation, sorry. And my husband is working on finishing up things at his law firm, so he's not taking any new stuff. He's just working on the stuff that people have already paid for. And I mean, he'll still have some coming in, but none this month. So our total to budget in March is $6,701, which we've already done. And like I said, it's tight. We're not going to be funding all of our sinking funds for March. Our mortgage also goes up in March. Not our regular mortgage payment. That's not going to change. But our insurance, our homeowners insurance, went up this year. We're in a fire area. Plus, we're insuring the Airbnb rental. So our monthly mortgage payment is going up. And of course, that's happening in March, right when our income is down. But it's going to be fine. We're not worried. And I'll be back in March to tell you how it went, so subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you've got any questions on our budget, on our numbers, any of that, I'm happy to answer them, so just leave them below. Have a good one.